Ciao! Welcome to MegoxCast. I am your host, John, joined by,
Hello, I'm Liquid.
yes, for this episode. Today, we will talk about FNaF. Now, Liquid, talk a little bit about yourself.
Hi. I like games. I make videos sometimes too. I draw. I also make video games. I do that. Uh, and other than hanging out with friends and stuff, that's really all I do.
Oh yeah, that sounds fun. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to get onto it because bruh, we're going to have a lot to talk about. It's FNaF.
Yeah. There's a lot.
Yeah, thankfully we're just talking about the games. I should have specified that. All right. Anyway, let's go into the first one. Hello, hello, hello. FNaF 1. That
Good
was
game.
Oh yeah, it was a good game, yes. Probably the best one. Let's be honest here.
Yeah. It
uh yeah.
gameplay wise, it's not like the most perfect. Because like you kind of once you get the loop down, it's really easy. You don't even need to check some of the cameras, but it's just kind of classic and really good.
Oh yeah.
Has
It
really good
is
designs too.
yeah, definitely. It's not too complicated, it's simple, And that's one of the best things you can say about a game like Minecraft, that it's so simple, and they make it less simple by saying, "Oh, we're going to have all these like characters and there's like it's going to be an RPG or something, where like
Yeah,
there's weird faces on them too." I think you've seen that, right? Unlike
I think I
Minecraft.
have.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
gross. Like FNaF, you got to stay simple. You're not going to stay to its roots, It's good when it's just, you can't move, you have to press the lights, close the doors, and they're coming after you, They're coming. They want that. You know what I'm saying?
they just want you dead.
They
Easy
just
to
want you
play.
dead. They don't care. All right. And yeah, I really liked that one. I remember playing it on the iPad when I was younger. I never played it really on the laptop. Maybe it's different. Maybe I would have had fun.
It's basically the same on each one, but it's a little funner on PC because it's kind of easier with the mouse and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. It's I mean it's the good thing is, it's fun on, iPad, it's fun on laptop/computer, it's fun on Switch, it's fun on all these devices, it's very flexible, Some games aren't, so
Yeah,
that's really cool. I really like how simple it is. The lore, like, what did you think of the lore in this one? Is it as good as the other ones?
yeah, because it's simple and actually makes sense. It's not like a big complexing, super confusing thing. It's just like a simple. Oh yeah, these kids died, but it doesn't really matter. And I don't know. I like that. Sometimes simpler is better.
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like it is definitely better when it's, you know, just simple, and I like just everything about it. I want to say more about it, but I feel like there is not too many things to say besides that. And also, um, you know, the bite of 87, that's all I gotta say. Do you want to go to the next one, or do you have more things to say about FNaF 1?
Fun fact about FNAF 1, Freddy's eyes were originally supposed to be red.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, the trailer that's on YouTube of like Bonnie pulling his face off and it's like the endoskeleton. Yeah, in that original trailer, Freddy's eyes and Bonnie eyes were supposed to be red, but that shit got deleted. No one knows why. No one knows where it is either, but it exists
It makes
somewhere.
sense if you think about it,
Yeah.
because they want it to have an outside exterior of, we're friendly animatronics. Unless you're talking about the inside endoskeleton, then I don't know why. But when it comes to the outside, it makes a little bit of sense,
Yeah.
So I mean, it's very simple. That's what I like. All right. FNaF 2, bro. Can't be asked. This one, I gotta say, compared to FNaF 1, it's harder. It's not as scary, It's more,
Absolutely.
yeah, they
That shit's the
Dude,
definition of management, of like
so
time
hard.
management.
Exactly. You gotta like actually, rank that music box. You gotta, look at. You gotta make Foxy have a seizure. It's like insane.
You gotta like pay it. You gotta pay attention to the lights on each side.
Oh yeah,
It's
definitely. The
it's a
bear,
mess.
the mask. What's weirder is like in real life, you could technically have the mask on and the flashlight.
Yeah,
But they
bro.
don't.
Bro just has to have one hand. He's got it because there's no way he cannot press that damn flashlight.
Oh no, let's be real here. Bro has to not be fooled by the you know, Freddy mask, Foxy. He doesn't fall for it.
What
Is
makes
there
him
lore
different?
about that, by the way? There lore
No,
about why
there isn't.
specifically? That should be lore, right?
It should be. If I had to guess, like a made up reason, it's probably because he has like an eye patch, so they didn't think of adding it to his eyes, maybe because one of
Mm,
them's covered up. But then again, that kind of sounds stupid.
it does. You know? It's dumb. I mean, I guess maybe it's like his bad eye, But they're animatronics. They're supposed to have like 20/20 vision. They're I don't know. Maybe the child that inhabits it knows what's up. But all the other
Young
ones don't.
Sheldon
I don't know.
possesses it. He's a little smarter than everyone.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah, he's just saying bazinga every time he jumps on him. Oh yeah. I will say FNaF 2. I like the mini games. That's one thing I
Oh,
liked
those
about
are
it. Those
cool.
were cool. I liked
And
that.
it even had like playable cutscene type things, not just mini games, where you were like in the FNAF one location in the perspective of the animatronics. It was neat.
Mhm. Definitely.
Has
It
some good designs too.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Withered Bonnie is peak.
it will say one thing about FNaF 1 and FNaF 2, they kind of have that flat look to it that I kind of always liked. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
mean, FNaF 3 kind of has it. I would say it still has it, but FNaF 4,
I'd say FNAF 3 is more stretched.
yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. I was just saying, yeah, with FNaF 2, it's it's good. It's definitely, one of the better ones. I mean, some people actually think it's one of the worst ones. What do you think?
FNAF 2 or
Yeah,
FNAF? I
FNaF 2.
have ne- I have to disagree with that. Like I can barely play it because I just suck that much at it. But
Mm.
it's by far one of the best ones.
Yeah, definitely. I like that one. It's fun. I like all the characters, especially let me think. Balloon Boy who steals my batteries all the time for some reason.
Like a bitch.
Oh my. Does he know what those do? Is that why he does it?
He's gotta.
That's the thing too with like FNAF. The gameplay kind of asks more questions than it answers sometimes because it's like you don't know if it's just for gameplay or if it's for lore. Like for
Yeah.
example, the battery thing. Like why does he steal the batteries? Are we ever gonna find out? Probably not. Why does Mangle just hang from the ceiling? Why do they move the way they do? Is it for you know story reasons or is it just for quirk reasons? I don't know.
They do get a little quirky at night.
They are. You took that joke and ran with it. That's amazing. I didn't even think of that. That was a good one. Oh my gosh. I will have to say I like my favorite character is Fred Smith. Jeremy can go dig a hole for himself. I'm kidding. No, I love Jeremy. Sometimes I wonder if
Jeremy.
Jeremy is the same guy.
For sure Jeremy dies, doesn't he?
Yeah, he dies. So Jeremy is like a homie, but then Fritz Smith is Michael, right?
Yeah.
Because he was also in FNAF 1, but he didn't change his name for some reason. Oh wait, he did. He changed his last name. He changed it from Afton to Schmidt. He wasn't that creative, was he?
Nah, he was not. I'd find it hard to get a job at a pizzeria location when your dad's a killer who literally has killed children. It'd be
and
a little
as the
difficult to get a
CEO.
job.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and is the past like CEO or whatever. Yeah, or I don't even know if I think they were both CEOs, but I don't know. I would assume so. They're like the big boys. There's no one else besides those two, Henry and Michael. Oh wait, Henry and William.
the men in
I'm gonna
charge.
talk a little bit more about Michael later because I have some questions. Oh, not Michael, but well, Michael and William because I have some questions. But you have anything else to say about FNAF 2?
Nah, other than the music box isn't is kind of messy as a mechanic. Other than that, it's pretty good. Pretty good
Yeah,
game.
definitely. I know what you mean. All right, FNAF 3, bruh. It's let me think. It's definitely
It
different. It
it is one of
takes
the
it
games.
it takes it to a whole different level. The thing is like since it came out, like after one after another, like if these all came out at the same time, I think people would be able to piece things together. But because FNAF 3 came after that, people are making theories. And the reason I'm like with FNAF 3, it's harder to make theories is that he went from a prequel to like a sequel to FNAF 1 20 years later.
It's a sequel
That's
that takes
whack.
place. Yeah, it is. It literally takes place in 2023.
Exactly, bro. It takes place this year, guys. This year is when William is going to finally come out of the shadows.
Springtrap rises up, guys.
Springtrap rises up this year. You think he does it the same time? Wait, hold on. We don't even get paychecks in the FNAF 3, right? Or do we?
Nah,
I don't think so.
nah, you don't get paid. The building burns down before you can get paid.
Oh yeah, that's the point, right? Yeah.
That
Isn't
place
there
has
different
got to
endings
go against
though?
some labor laws. There's two, but they all of them like in with the no matter which ending you get, the no matter what in the end the building burns down.
Yeah, that sucks. It sucks
Also,
that you
both endings are somehow canon. It's really weird.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like with FNAF 3, it's weird. Why did they go from like, oh, we're gonna talk about, the 1990s, No, now we're gonna talk about the 1980s a few years earlier. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, now we're gonna talk about, that first game, right? Yeah. Think about that by like 20 years later. And I'm like, what?
And the fact it's
That's
been like a
whack.
30 year there's a 30-year time gap between it all, yet no matter what, this stupid fucking pizzeria still looks like an AMC bathroom. That shit's disgusting.
Exactly, bro. Regal's better. I'm just saying.
On God.
Oh, bro, AMC. We don't mean to crush on you so hard. Oh, not crush. We don't mean to hurt you so bad, AMC. But you just gotta improve your popcorn, man. Like you're big, but you're not amazing.
Also remove the
Um.
power cords. I was trying to watch Secret Life of Pets 2 and you ruined that shit. Move the power cords.
Yeah, exactly. The power chords. I know what you're saying. But with FNAF 3, I would say. I mean, I like that it's one of the first one that's different endings. I like how there's mini games again. The it does say a lot more lore, like the original FNAF, because we all kind of agree that the Fredbear's Family Diner was basically the first. Unless there
Yeah.
was one beforehand. Was there? I don't think so.
Nah, there wasn't one before Fredbear's Family. There might have been, but it's like not super big. It like doesn't matter that much.
Yeah, that's good. That's good that it doesn't matter that much.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I would say, yeah, with FNAF 3, I keep saying that because I want to just bring something up to mind. Springtrap is like crazy. I like
Actual
how he
peak
acts.
design.
Yeah, I will say peak design at the same time. I will say I wish we found out what he looked like before he got crushed though. Like I know we got those drawings, but like I want it in CGI, because I know how
Yeah.
good you know, what's his name? I was I forgot
Are
the
you talking about the actor for the movie?
no Scott Cawthon. I
Oh,
wish
Scott
he
Cawthon.
I was gonna call Michael Scott for a second. Scott Cawthon. I wish he made a model of what he looked like before he got burned. That would have been interesting, I
There
think.
might not be an official like model of him being burned out there,
No,
which
I meant
makes
like
sense.
I meant not before he was burned
Yeah, there
or
kind of
flesh.
is
Oh no, I mean before he was
because
burned and before he was like crushed in that, thing cuz he was crushed in the body suit or in the Springtrap suit. Then 20 years later he it burned down and then he got burned. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, there technically is because inside the model of Springtrap, the corpse model,
Yeah.
it's built off of one of Scott's previous models, which he used for a Christian film, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay. So it's just him.
he, yeah, Springtrap probably William probably doesn't actually look like that, but the original the at least his organs are built off of that model, so that's something.
His organ.
Yeah,
Oh no, bro. We do. I want to see that model because that's probably at least like a gist of what like his bone structure at least looks like. Maybe not his
yeah,
face, but something like that. I would have to say that'd be cool. And when it comes to the gameplay, I don't know. It's a little interesting. I like how you have to like kind of cap to it multiple times. Like, hey, I'm over here. Hey, I'm over here.
yeah. I like how there's only one real animatronic that can kill you. I think that's neat.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, so when he hears the noises, is it basically because I never really thought of this, but is it just the Springtrap animatronic like falling for it, or is it actually William Afton falling for it?
I think it might be kind of both.
That's dumb. Why would you
Yeah,
fall for that? Hey, I'm a child. Hello, I'm also a
I know.
child.
I know. This is like some scientist who found out like how to become immortal, basically the cure to death, and he gets confused and tricked by a little microphone that goes, "Hi, hello, haha."
Exactly, bro. Like that doesn't make any sense. It also makes him look extremely creepy
Yeah.
that he goes towards kids for a different reason than the animatronic would. The animatronic would go there just because there's kids. He would go there to kill the kid.
Why are you chasing the young kids, Mr. Afton?
Have a
Why were
seat.
you why were you on the Epstein flight logs, Mr. Afton?
He probably would be, bro. Probably would be. He probably did visit the island. He was like, "How do I do it?"
That
Um, I don't know how true that uh claim is. The him having an island. It's probably true, but
with
that's
how many
insane.
Fazbear entertainments there are, there's no way he doesn't at least have money for one.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I'm talking about Epstein, but
Oh,
yeah.
oh, I
You know what?
misunderstood completely, bro.
Okay, well, thankfully, you did because if to be honest, if we try to confirm that on my podcast, I think we're gonna get canceled. Oh my!
Yeah.
All right, you have anything else to say about FNaF 3?
The jump scare is ass. Spring
Oh
traps.
yeah,
That's it though.
he just walks up.
He
Wow.
actually he actually just kind of he just shovels into screen onto your screen.
Yep.
Hello.
Yeah. Before we're done with this one, I'm thinking the the ghosts or whatever, the spirits, they're like, why do they hurt you that bad? Like, well, first off, what do they even come from? The head, like their own mind, his own mind, or is this actually like there? Oh yeah, because you have to vent it, right? So it's basically his hallucinations. How is hallucinations affecting you? In that way, where if it's jump, why would it? I don't know. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, there's actually there's actually like a canon reason for that, but it's really stupid.
Oh, what is it?
So like it's in the books, but it's also in the games. It's this thing called agony.
Oh
It's
my!
basically just magical soul gooey shit that comes from raw emotion.
Why did he
So
have to do this?
being high, so basically him being in that stuffy ass building, being high on whatever the hell is going on in there, whatever fumes are coming out, plus the raw emotions from the dead children and his hatred for his dad, he starts to hallucinate ghosts that can somehow hurt him. It is some wild shit.
Yeah, I think it's just whack because I mean, why did they go all weird on us? I mean, I
Like
always took it more or less not seriously, but you know
it
how
went
it
from a
is.
horror it went from a horror story to more of a a story about like a dying family, a broken family, to just a sci-fi story.
Yeah, that's my problem. It's more of a sci-fi story, like it's even worse than like something like Frankenstein, like
Yeah.
the original Frankenstein, because that's one of the first like I don't know why I'm mentioning the first like science fiction like of all time, but I think I actually yeah, because I feel like Frankenstein would have been a good like example of like how to do that, like don't go too weird on it, maybe don't explain all this stuff. I feel like
Yeah.
Frankenstein doesn't even explain it. It's just like, oh, lightning wakes him up. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the best science fiction you can have. It already was technically science fiction, but then they explained it, which is one of the worst ways to do science fiction. Like
Yeah.
Star Wars, it got bad when they started going more into it in
Yeah,
some
like
ways.
with the whole Metachlorian shit, or like how Ray can just like magically give people force light. Some things just kind of need to stay like ambiguous or overly
Yeah,
stupid. If
yeah.
you explain stuff that, let's be honest, is quite silly in the realm of reality, then you just kind of make your serious story with a silly serious aspect just completely goofy. It just kind of becomes a joke.
Oh, definitely, because they shouldn't have explained it. But do you want to go? Do you want to go to FNaF 4?
Yeah,
All right, FNaF 4. It's
it
it's
is a
different.
game.
It is a game. I will have to say I like how he has to how we have to crawl around, open the doors, shine the light. I will say it. I mean, it kind of reminded me of what's weird is I was reading uh what was it? The Twisted Ones around this time. I'm not going to go too much into it cuz I think I'll do another episode about going into the books. But that one specifically, the light one, where like, oh, Twisted Ones, I was thinking like, is FNaF 4 connected to it? Because I was reading it around the time it came out, and I think that's when it came out, around FNaF
Yeah,
4. And I was like, is that Charlie? I don't know why. That was kind of a dumb thought, but at the same time, I was like, what is this? Like, how is this connected? You find out later, which is like, oh,
yeah.
okay. All right. I think because it's Henry's child, and it's like, oh, I'm a robot. So I don't know. Wait, hold on. Charlotte is. I don't know why I'm going into this thing before we get to that 4, but Charlotte is basically the marionette, right?
Yeah, Charlotte is the marionette and is Henry daughter.
Henry daughter.
For you play it Henry daughter. And in FNAF 4, you play as the guy who gets bitten by Fredbear, who
Golden
is
Freddy. Half of
yeah,
Golden Freddy.
Hergren. He's also Michael's little brother and the son of the purple guy.
You find that whack though, right? It's
Yeah,
half of the Golden Freddy.
literally half of him.
And where does
Because
the other half come from? Just someone that he should
it,
not have killed?
yeah, it's just some
And
random ass kid.
it's some random kid that he just killed more brutally than the others, and then they're like, that's the one you should not have killed.
He's the
But
specific one, or
that's
she
so
is.
stupid. Like, what did he do to this kid that was like more messed up? Because like I feel like all of them are ones that you should not have killed.
They're all little kids, man. Little kids that you're like technically purposely torturing, because he does keep some of them like he is the reason they're robots. He does some of them on
Yeah,
purpose, knowing they'll become robots.
exactly. I feel like uh like it's just weird because it also implies when they say that later. I'll talk more about that in security breach, but like, or not security breach, ultimate custom night. But they're like the one you should not have killed, but at the same time, you should not have killed any of them. I don't know why you're saying that. It's implying that you should have killed them. I don't know. It's dumb.
Exactly.
I gotta say, I gotta say this one's more of a good. I would say I like this one. I like how it tells a story that's kind of contained. It doesn't go onto multiple things. See, I feel like the other ones kind of they're contained, but I feel like the first one was definitely contained, but this one it kind of tells like an ongoing story.
Yeah, it manages to be its own thing, but
It
also
felt
connect to the
more,
overall
yeah.
plot.
It
Because
felt, yeah. What's up?
canonically, right, the crying child after he dies technically only shows up one more time in any of the games.
Oh
So it
yeah,
really is kind of
exactly.
its. He shows up at the end of FNaF 3. That's it.
Oh
Rest
yeah,
of them though.
definitely. Hmm.
And I don't know. I think it's kind of neat. No disrespect to Scott Coffin because I really admire his work, but he is not the best. He kind of stumbles when it comes to writing, but he did really good when it comes to this.
Yeah, definitely. I will say that. Yeah, I will say I'm gonna talk a little bit more about writing and acting later on because we really don't get any acting up until Sister Location, but and I'm not even talking about the acting in Sister Location, but I'll talk about why I mention acting. But I'll say writing for this one was definitely better than the other ones.
Yeah,
I liked the how someone just you know just flat out is like, haha, let me try to put my brother's head into a you know
let me put my brother who's been purposely traumatized by my father. Let me put his little head into this gigantic robot who has the power to chomp as a fucking great white shark. This will
oh
this will
my,
definitely be funny, guys. Come on, guys. Let's do it.
yep, just
Let's do it for the
chomp.
vine.
Just chomp. Oh yeah, Vine existed in 1983.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, remember? Is that the Bite of 87?
Yeah. That
Oh
Markiplier
my
clip is
gosh.
funny as shit.
It is definitely one of the funniest clips. I remember I edited a clip one time with that with Wallace and Gromit. He was chomping down on cheese and then like Markiplier in the corner is like oh my gosh, that's a
I
good
did something
clip.
like that too. You know that clip of Markiplier going, "Hey guys," and then he just kind of passes the hell out.
Yeah.
I put the FNAF like 4 ending cutscene where the kid is dying with the FNAF 3 music over it once he starts the flatline.
Oh my.
My peak video editing.
It's so it's funny though, I gotta admit. But
Yeah.
FNAF 4, I like the designs kind of.
Oh
They're
yeah,
kind of
those ones took
cool.
a lot of effort according to him because it's already hard enough doing it on the Wither animatronics, but like the Nightmare animatronics pumped up like the holes and shit to the extreme. None of those are textured. Those are
Yeah.
all like actual holes in the model,
Oh my.
which is just insane to me because that is a shit ton of holes.
That is nice. I like that. I will have to say, you are a video game creator, right? Or like trying to
Yeah.
be?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've done a couple things here and there.
yeah, so you know how hard it is. Yeah, it's I will have to say it like it looks hard, you know?
It definitely is.
Hmm. Yes. I
There's a
Oh, what's up?
No, no, I was just gonna say there's a reason why I've had so many projects actually make it out the door and then others be canceled.
Wait, canceled on Twitter? I'm kidding. No, I know what you're saying. Canceled. Okay. But with yeah, the holes, I think that's really cool because it shows, other parts of the room, behind them and other stuff. And it's just cool to just, have that be in the game physically, to have a
Yeah,
physical space. That's kind of cool. Because a
it's
lot of
sick,
his
man.
games didn't really have physical space in it, I felt. That was what I was saying before. It didn't really have a
Yeah,
physical space. But with that, it seems kind of like it
that's actually
does.
because of the engine it's made in. It's made in an engine called Clip Team, which can only make 2D games. It can make like really simple Doom for like the game Doom, the original
Yeah.
one.
Hmm.
They can make games like that, but that's a $300 extension.
Oh my.
It already costs like $800 just to get the engine without the watermark. But like with
He
to
can
get like
afford it that by then, though.
definitely now, yeah. Making a quote unquote free roam game in Click Team is absolute hell. It is.
Oh my.
Yet he did it, and he got it done in like less than a year, that's something to give, especially with completely original models and everything. That's a feat and a half.
Oh, definitely. It's one of the best. Oh, what? Oh, sorry. It's one of the. That's yeah. I was gonna
Technical
say
achievement, I
something.
think,
It
is a
was
good
one of the
term.
best technical achievement. Yeah, I think the holes were pretty good. I mean, didn't have a lot of plot holes, thankfully. So,
Yeah, for
um,
once it didn't.
oh yeah, definitely. I I think it was kind of cool because they were even hinting at like a sister with the room, and I was going to go straight into sister location from that, but that's not the next game, and also I have still more stuff to say, so that's a rip. I think it's weird that that some people were like, "Is that Balloon Boy? Is that?" Remember, for a
Oh,
while we were thinking that he was in a coma and that FNAF 1, 2, and 3 were all a dream.
yeah. And, I'm gonna be honest, I think it at first it might have been, but I
Yeah,
don't I think it changed over time, but I think at first it might have been.
exactly. Yeah, with FNAF 4 though, that's the one with the box, right? That has actually we don't know what's in it, but the you know what I'm saying, right? The box that's like we shall never open it or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, what do you think's in it from what you? Because like people have thought it was this, then they thought it was that. What do you think now after all the games have come out?
What I think's in the box?
Yeah,
Well, I think it's a photo of Henry and William.
damn. What makes you
'Cause,
say
like,
that?
there's 2 creators of the fat there's 2 people who made Fazbear, right? There's 2 locks, and, like, the one like, overall, right, the 2 characters that suffer the most in this series are those 2, because one of them, right, was a serial killer who didn't have the best life and then kinda lost all his kids and also just became, like, an angry shithead, and then he killed his best friend's kid out of anger, and then that man went literally insane, felt bad, and, like, knew William did it and just kinda didn't say anything because he felt bad. He felt like, it was like a sacrifice thing, like, "Oh, if he does this once, maybe he won't do it again." And they were
Yep.
like best friends, and now they literally kill each other. They literally try and kill each other 2 times. 2
I
times.
I know of a lot of people that are friends and want to kill each other, so I can relate. No, it's
Literally me, on God.
oh yeah, I can't be asked.
Hmm.
I don't know. I'll say FNAF 4 is definitely interesting. It's not my favorite, but we'll
Same.
definitely do a ranking at the end. I was gonna say that I'm not gonna make that its own section. I'm just gonna have that at the like during the security breach part. But overall, yeah, FNAF. What was it? FNAF 4.
Yeah.
That one pretty good. You know, definitely want to it's definitely part of FNAF. I feel like the quadigy, you can call it, that it's definitely contained in that because everything else after that changes a lot.
I have
I'll say
very
this.
distinct moments of playing FNAF 4 through the rest of them. The first 2
Oh
not so
yeah.
much, but I have, like, very distinct moments. Like, FNAF 4, I'm gonna be honest, I only played it once, and I played the demo on my phone at my dad's wedding because I got bored.
Dang,
My
that's
dad was
funny.
like, "I do," and I was just over there playing Five Nights at Freddy's 4 because I was bored as shit.
Oh my gosh, bro, FNAF 4. It was people watching you from the back.
Like, 2
Oh my
people
god.
were.
Oh dude, were they also kind of bored?
Honestly, yeah, we weren't doing it outside. It was hot as hell and just boring. There was no cake or food either, and we were
Oh
there for 2 hours.
dude. Dude,
Was
that
not worth the hype.
yeah, I mean, they should at least have like a dinner or something and have like a little dance, like
Yeah, I'm not judging you for what you. I'm not judging what you do for your wedding, but I just consider that kind of like common like guest etiquette. Like you have a friend over for like 7 hours. You're really gonna tell me you're not gonna feed him or like give him a drink? That's
yeah,
a
I
little
would
rude.
I would love would love to just, have cake and all that, like I want to I want them to be happy. I want Chica to be happy. I want to give her that cake, that she's always wanted.
Yeah.
I hopefully no one saw that as an innuendo, but I mean, sure. But yeah, FNAF 4 overall pretty good. Oh, do you have anything you'd like to say about FNAF 4?
Nah, I got everything pretty much off my chest, other
All
than
right,
like
yeah,
gameplay,
that's
while
good.
cool, a little
Yeah.
mid, just a
Oh,
little.
a little mid.
Rest of it's awesome though.
I will just say though, FNAF 1, 2, 3, and 4, I feel like they're all contained. Like not just contained, but like they're all in that section of they feel like FNaF.
Yeah.
You know, like original FNaF. Like, you know, because I feel like later it changes. So we can now go
Very
into FNaF World, which is definitely a change. FNaF World, like,
absolutely.
oh my.
It
Have you
is
seen this
the
thing?
it is the disowned child of the series.
Well, let's be real here. I mean, it was just a joke though, right? Kind of like Freddy Goes to Space. I'm not adding that as a
Nah,
time code, by the way, guys. We're
it
just gonna
it
mention it
actually wasn't
in
a
passing.
joke.
Oh, dude, for real?
Yeah, okay, so the reason he made it right is okay. So the reason he made it right is
Okay.
because, to quote him, you can only write so much human suffering before you get sick of it. You know, that's probably true, especially since like not only is the guy just like a peaceful guy, like with like and his values and stuff. Like one of the first things he like heard of when making the game was his mother say, "Oh, I think you should take out the thing about child murder and just make them evil robots." So it kind of shows like how he was raised and shit. Which, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, of course. And
Yeah.
I'd get tired of writing human suffering after a certain point too. But I also
Oh
get
yeah.
tired of it because Scott originally made RPGs. There's actually like he made one called FNaF World and an online version of it that's still up. It's completely
Mm.
dead, and you need to host a server, but it still works. So he just kind of got tired, and then he made it completely, and then it came out and it was rushed, and then he felt bad and gave everyone refunds, and then he came back. Like he came back a month later with a fully finished updated version, and then a year later released a whole ass update with like 7 new characters and a whole ass new ending.
Mm. Yeah,
It was
that's
also the first FNAF game with voice acting. The one voice actor, there's actually 2. No, there was 3. Holy shit. I'm getting my shit confused. Okay, there was a lot actually, but the 2 main ones was the actor who would play Baby in Sister Location and Chica's Magic Rainbow, who is voiced by the voice actress for Jimmy Neutron. They got Jimmy Neutron in FNAF World.
oh my, yeah, that sounds totally fun. Oh my gosh. That I mean that's kind of cool though, getting a voice actor like that. I'll have to say, you know, that I didn't play Sister Location, but all I'm gonna say is from what I've seen, it looks interesting. Definitely looks kind of like a fun little cute thing. But I mean, it was all worth it, right? At the end, where he got to see Baby be like, "Hey Henry, what's happening?"
Yeah, that was honestly pretty that was honestly pretty
And that was
neat.
Cap, right? Or
Yeah,
like, did they?
it did
Okay.
it didn't actually happen. Well, actually, it
Yeah.
kind of did.
So what do people say about it? Like, what's now the thing about it?
For the lore, right?
Mhm.
That scene where Baby kills Henry, right? It's supposed to introduce Baby, but it's supposed to take place in the books because that what happens in the first book. Henry
Yeah.
makes a suicide robot to kill himself
Oh my.
on his desk too. This is the only FNAF game with actual blood, by the way, other than like a video game blood splat on the screen. But
Yeah.
rather than and what people think of the game is pretty mixed. A lot of people like it and a lot of people despise it. I
Mm.
like it a lot. I'm gonna be honest. I played that shit 24/7 for like 3 years straight because I wanted all the characters, but ARG was fucking my ass because holy shit, I could not get one character. I had one left to 100% the game. Literally one last trophy, and it was just collect all the characters. I had one character left, and after playing for 2 years straight, I could not get him. It made me so mad. I was so pissed. I played that shit from 3rd to 6th grade, and I still couldn't get it. Made me so mad.
Oh, dude, that sucks.
Yeah, it was annoying.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. No, but I know what you're saying. It's just well, at least you enjoyed the game. I should have like overall, I should have checked it out at some point.
It's a
Um
it's a neat little experience if you just want to have some dumb fun because like it
yeah.
kind of auto plays itself.
Oh yeah. I've
Yeah.
seen that too. Yeah, and it like it's not like yeah, the playing itself. Yeah, I know what you're saying. The playing with this. Okay. Do you have anything else to say about FNAF World?
Nah.
Okay. Now we can go on to sister location or suster location. Okay, no. Sister location. It's that one's fun. it's different. I like
Very
that.
different.
Yeah, it takes place in, I don't know. Does it exists between, I'm thinking FNaF 2 and FNaF 1, right? Or when? That's what I'm
Uh,
thinking it, well, okay,
it
it has to
it
exist.
has to
What's
take
up?
place after FNaF 4.
Yeah, after FNaF 4, of course, but not
Actually,
uh
it
not
might be before FNaF 4. It's really weird because, like,
no, but definitely not after FNaF 2.
yeah, it has to be definitely
Yeah.
before that
Yeah, it
because
has to
that's
be
when
before
Michael
that.
starts going around like, "Hey, have you seen my dad? I miss him."
Him. Yeah, that's basically what he's doing, and he's trying to release the robots from the, you know, thing. He's trying to finish what his dad did, but you know, do it right.
Yeah.
And how does it? Wait, hold. Yeah, wait. Does he? So does that mean that William does it? Because William does it in FNaF 3, and we're assuming that he did it uh after. Wait, hold on. Yeah, FNaF. No, it could happen. Yeah, I mean, it definitely happened. I don't actually know. That's the thing too with FNaF 2 or FNaF 3 when he's taking apart the um animatronics. When does he do that? When does William do that? Because he
That
has
takes
to do it after. Because he has to do it before Michael is like, "Hey, where is my dad?"
it take actually from what I've heard when he's taking apart the robots, right? That takes place around like right after FNaF 1 because that's when Freddy Fazbear shuts down completely. Because the one employee that's been there for over like 20 years kind of dies in FNaF 1. The phone guy dies; he's just dead. So
Dang. And do we find out why specifically he dies in FNaF? I guess he was just not paying attention or something. What was he even
yeah,
doing?
that's the weird part because like the robots kill him, yet he works the day shift. Used to work the night shift, but he worked the day shift and left you messages.
Yeah.
So Freddy Fazbear's had 0 people in it for the animatronics to become active because they
I guess
don't.
they never explained it.
Yeah, it's kind of sad because Phone Guy literally does nothing wrong. He just works. He just does his job, and he's just a security guard, man, who just works at a place he likes, and bro dies for it.
Yeah, I now thinking about, yeah, how does he die? That doesn't make any sense.
He did
You
not
know what?
deserve it. Free
You know
Phone
what?
Guy.
I feel like he wasn't even thinking about it when he made it the first time, the FNaF one. I feel like a lot of it is just he kind of does what he wants to do.
Oh
Scott
yeah,
Cawthon at
he's
the like,
confirmed that he at times he just kind of made it up as long as he went, which that's not too bad to be honest.
yeah, I don't blame him because it's like he didn't know that FNaF that phone guy was gonna be, in another game and all that, and also that if you think about it, even in FNaF one game standards, like why is he recording this while he's doing the, you know game, like while he's doing the shift? Why couldn't he do it like in his car or something? That's what I thought he was doing. But if you think about it, he recorded it in that office while he's doing the job that he's telling the other guy to do.
Was it
It's
really that boring, dog? Did you really have to do it right then and there?
exactly, and how it is. It's
Bro had to leave a message. He couldn't just like read a book.
just read a book, or no, actually, well, he had to pay attention to all the people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just do your job.
Okay, so with sister location, I don't know why, but yeah, because we were talking about that. But sister location, I would say, I don't know why we. Okay, sorry. Sister location. I like the look of it. I like how you can go to different locations
Yes,
in
it is.
sister location.
It is a very full game compared to the other ones.
You know what? Every time I think about it, it's one of the only games I would ever want to replay. I want to play FNaF 1. But Sister Location, I do want to replay. That was really fun, and I liked the voice acting in that one. I don't in other games, but that was probably the best voice acting they've ever had. It was so good.
Yeah,
Everyone did their best.
it's really good, especially Kellen Goff, the guy who plays Funtime Freddy. He's a really good voice actor. I really like his work.
Why? Hello again.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, I liked Hand Unit the most though. I don't know
Hand
what
Unit
it
was cool.
is. he has just that voice, it's like it's so cool, you know. I
Yeah.
will have to say I like this game a lot. I like the personal connection that he has towards Baby. I like the look of the game in general. One thing I will say that's whack is the uh you know, I guess the cereals, but I mean a lot of people find that funny, so that's cool. The Clara.
Oh, those
But I
are
guess
cool.
that tells you stuff about him, like, oh, that's supposed to represent his father and his mother and
Fun
their strained
fun fact about
relationship. Yeah, what's
as
up?
of late, it was confirmed that like the reason Michael likes that show is because he relates to the woman or Clara, which I find weird because like, did you have a kid? What's going on here?
Yeah, it's
Because
it's kind of whack.
fun silly tidbit about sister location. I was so excited for that shit. That was actually the first time I like paid attention to a game's release date. And
Ooh,
but so it was really important to me and my friend at the time. But a fun fact on it, that game was sister location, which is about the main character's sister, and it released on my sister's birthday.
that's funny.
Perfect timing for me.
Now we can talk about something I wanted to talk about because we meet all three Aftons that talk in the series. They all
Yeah.
have British accents. Why?
I don't know, and I wish they didn't. I don't. The
You wish
British.
they didn't, or you wish that they explained it.
Yeah, I wish they explained it because I just think like
You know what's weird, actually?
it's just so cartoony. It's just
Yeah,
evil scientist has a British accent.
you know what's weird though is
What?
there was I was thinking about it one day because I was like, okay, so you notice how like the door looks a little weird, like in FNaF 4. I don't know why. Maybe this is not true, but I think when I was younger, this is definitely true what I thought. So I'm just gonna say this is true, but it's also false if the information is false that I thought back then. Okay, so the doors, I was thinking they look a little lower, the doorknob, and I looked it up. I back then and I remember it saying something like, "Oh, the doorknob is lower in the UK or something," and I was like, "Oh, are they there? Did they try to expand to the UK and then they had to leave?"
FNaF British location.
FNAF sister location, very fun. I just like the whole just everything, still going
I,
on.
the gameplay is a little iffy. I'm not a, like I find it hard to replay, but I'm also just in awe of how neat it is because it's a really cool little experience. It's very different. It could honestly be its own thing. I didn't even think it was a FNAF game when it came out when I saw the trailer. I thought I was just my eyes were just deceiving me, which is kind of sad. I was gaslighting myself into thinking it wasn't a FNAF game, but but
Yeah,
it's
that's
it's
fun.
such a neat little experience, and I really like the faceplate models. I really love that shit.
Ooh, the faceplate
It is
models, that's pretty
yeah,
nice.
because the way he doesn't just like animate them to where they all like move at one like specific speed, especially in the trailer. He animates them all individually, which is just oh my god, I love that shit because that
Mhm.
is not easy to do.
Oh
3D
yeah, definitely.
animation is difficult, especially walk cycles. So I can't imagine trying to make those faceplates fit in and not have like a single thing clip.
The walk
Be-
cycles were definitely cool. Yeah, I liked that.
yeah.
I was thinking like if I wanted to ever do a movie of FNAF, I would do something where it's like for the walking cycle of what's his name? Michael Afton. I was thinking it'd be kind of cool if the walking cycle where he's like going. I mean, you're talking about something. I'm just talking about the. Oh wait, hold on. That happens in FNAF 6, right? The you won't
Uh,
die part.
yeah, that happens in sister location.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, I think they should if they ever did that in the movies. I was thinking it'd be kind of cool if he was listening to Cool Jerk or something like that. I don't know why. I feel like Cool Jerk from Home Alone 2. Like that one song where it's like, okay, I'm not gonna repeat it here, but you gotta look it up. I mean, I think you know what it sounds like kind of because you remember Home Alone 2 in the shower, but
Yeah,
That would have been a
definitely. I
cool
definitely
scene.
remember some of Home Alone 2.
Oh yeah, who doesn't? Home, but I will say that would have been cool. I don't know why. And just every time I watch that scene, I'm like, or remember that scene, I'm like, that is the perfect song to play. It would set the mood. It'd be awesome. It's I don't know. I was also thinking about like "Staying Alive" would also be a good song for FNaF, and also
Oh my gosh, that'd
what's it
be
called?
really off. That would actually be kind of fucking awesome. Just like imagine like a sister location movie where it just like ends with staying alive as like
Uh,
this rotting corpse is walking outside and then
oh,
just the
definitely.
then just the credits roll and that's the song playing. That would be peak. All right,
That
peak
would be peak.
cinema.
That would be peak cinema. For that song though, I was thinking it would be cool for FNAF, like either 4 or whatever, just the one with the kid, just like it would basically be the part where he's strolling and then the dad like traumatizes him with the chips, with the noises.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Definitely. Besides that though, I don't know, for music, I was thinking it would be kind of cool if they did, I don't know. I mean not did this, but it definitely is basically the show, the whole series, Dead Man's Party by Oingo Boingo. Oh yeah, you got to check that out if you haven't already. Oh my god, that's basically the show, or the. I'll play it for you later. So good, but sister, I always try to bring it back to sister location by saying that because I'm like, oh, but yeah, sister location. I think I gotta say, it definitely has different. It's just different with like music too. Like that's even whack, and just like the
Oh
stuff you
yeah.
gotta do too. You gotta like, turn on the lights. You gotta, do all these like tasks. It's different.
It
Oh my
has a
god.
very sci-fi like soundtrack, which I think is really neat and fits the game really
That's
well
how you
compared
can
to
do
like
sci-fi. Yeah, that's how you do
yeah,
sci-fi. Not
Scott's
Remnant.
hometown of like creation is like sci-fi. Like his first game on Steam, if it's even still on there, is like a whole ass 2D platformer game that's sci-fi, where you play as a coffee mug.
A coffee mug, bro.
Yeah, I haven't
Oh
actually
my
played it. I've been meaning
gosh,
to.
dude, you got to, man. Now you got to.
It's free, so I'm not losing anything if I don't like it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. The only coffee cup game I think I like is that one game on Cool Math Games. I think it's closed now. Actually, I think you can still play Cool Math Games, but not on whatever it was running on.
Yeah,
I think
you might need an extension to play a couple Flash games, but a lot of them are actually still
on
supported.
Flash. Yeah, it was Flash. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I remember there was one where it's like sugar just pours down. You gotta catch it with the coffee cup. That's the only thing I remember with it. You gotta draw a line for the sugar. That was funny. But you know what? I'll compare. I'll see which one's better. Scott Coffin's sugar game, coffee game, or that coffee. But with sister location, I gotta say it's I like it a lot, but they still have to explain why they're British. That still doesn't make any sense.
I need to know why the Afton family is diseased. Why are they British? I need to
Diseased.
know.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I like how their eye color changes. That's probably the only
Oh yeah,
cool, like,
that is such a cool detail.
well, it's a cool representation too. It's like, I mean, to be honest, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but you
It's
know,
show don't tell.
it's
It's
show
really
don't
good show
tell.
don't tell,
Exactly. Don't say it. So that's cool.
which is really cool because a lot of these games have been the complete opposite of that. Like FNAF 1 through 4, yeah, there are small details you got to pay attention to, but most of it is in phone calls or
Yeah.
like in super cryptic mini games, which you kind of if you see a kid die, even if it's like an Atari mini game, you can still tell a kid dies.
Mhm.
So it's been a lot of telling, but they did the opposite in Sister Location, which I think is cool.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Let's say sister location's good. You have anything else you'd like to say about sister location?
No, not really. It's a pretty good
Okay.
game.
Yeah. I have
There's a lot
one
of
more.
details.
I have one more thing to say. The robots, they definitely do look like they're gonna kill your children. So unlike the other ones, because they have enough space inside them to kill children.
Definitely. That's
So
actually why
how
they're
can
built.
you
They
not
are
tell?
huge. They're like
Yeah.
so huge. It is ridiculous.
Okay. Well, how did Michael Afton think this would work? William Afton think this would work? Oh, I would bring these huge, and I mean huge animatronics, and no one's going to suspect them. They're like actual death machines. The other ones weren't. So he
They're the
literally
size of
was just
my
like crazy. What's up?
they're the same height as my room, if not taller. They are insanely huge.
Yeah, actually, how tall are they? Aren't they like around the same height as the other ones, just thicker? Like, I
I
don't
think
even
they're
know.
thicker and taller because if they were just thicker, right, they'd look stretched out and wouldn't look too good. So they
At
have to be a
most,
little
they're 8
taller.
feet. Like, they can't be bigger than that.
And they're home rental robots too. So like you're putting these like robots that can barely fit in a regular sized room, and you're sending them off to birthday parties at random ass houses,
Exactly.
bro.
I think there's even a book about it too, like talking about the toy well, not the toy. It would be the Circus Freddy one. They were talking about the Circus Freddy one in one of the books, and it was talking about how he could kill the girl that was emo or something. That was
Oh,
a weird
count the
one.
ways.
Yeah, Count the
That's
Ways is weird.
I haven't actually read that story completely. It is a weird one.
I'll have to say it is. It's whack.
Those books get oddly fucked up at times. It is wild. Like
Yeah, I
FNaF
need to
games,
read
like
more.
they're dark, right? They're dark. I'm not like child murder is dark, but like compared to something like Amnesia or hell, if you really want to go that far, if you want to just talk about video games purely, Slenderman, I guess, Amori,
Yeah,
FNaF is kind of innocent
I feel
and
like
like
FNAF should be
clean.
written as Goosebumps or something.
Yeah, and that's what the books are. Except I think I'd say they're a little more freaky than Goosebumps books because I've never read a Goosebumps book where one of the main characters wants to kill themselves and then it's like, oh wait, I don't want to do that anymore, and then dies anyway.
Dies.
Yeah, I have not seen that shit in a
That was so
Goosebumps book.
dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
We want to talk about FNAF 6?
Uh, we could. Other than like a select, I don't have too much to say about it because I don't like FNAF 6 all that much, to be honest.
Oh, that's good then. All right, FNAF 6. Yeah, I think when it comes to games, I'd say it's a little bit more scary in some senses, but not all of them, you know? I mean, Pizzeria Simulator, I like how it was trying to be one way and not the other. It kind of goes back to Sister Location. Remember, she was like, "It's called pretend." It's like you have to be one way when you're really the other. That's
Yeah.
literally what uh, FNAF 6 was about. They were pretending to be a pizzeria, location simulator thing. Well, I mean, not maybe not a simulator, but a pizza location, thing you could do. Then a it was actually a death trap
I'll
for
get
all the robots.
I really like that. That's something I really like. It's a goofy setup, but I really like the story, especially the ending. And I like the pizzeria simulator part. I think it's really fun just managing your own little Freddy Fazbears.
Yeah, yeah.
The
It's
nighttime
definitely
sections,
interesting.
though, I
Yeah.
hate them. They are so
Oh,
dog shit. I do not like them. They are not fun. They're a little. I find it neat that like you can like you don't have any cameras. You just have to print out shit and buy shit. I think that's actually kind of cool. But not being able to close doors or like hear things unless you're directly looking at an event is messy and makes things kind of overly hard for no reason.
oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, FNAF 6 is just it's a little. I mean, I feel like that should have been a little bit more ironed out. Like, I wish you could actually just play it as a simulator instead of have to do all those things, you know? But I get that's part of the lore kind of thing where it's like, oh, you think you're making a pizzeria. Oh, like you're trying to make it, because the thing is you're playing it not as a person that doesn't know, but a person that does know. You're playing it as like Michael Afton or something, right? And you're making the pizzeria, and then you're also attracting your, father there.
Yeah.
to burn him alive and you. So you're playing as somebody that already knows what's going on, but you don't. That's like double on no, that's like double dramatic irony right there. It's like insane. I
I
think that's whack.
it
Imagine
is.
playing someone that's I don't know, that's weird. But yeah, I think that's kind of funny like some of the stuff with the the little like the Freddy handy Freddy or whatever his name was that looks like a younger circus Freddy, You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
The little
yeah,
forgot what he's called.
Helpy?
Helpy,
The little
yeah.
white dude? The little,
The
like,
white
small guy?
dude.
The
Yeah, the
little white
slow
dude.
guy. He is kind of slow. He literally jumps and then he gets like his neck breaks or something. It's
Ah,
whack.
I
Dies
really
multiple
like him.
ways.
He's really cool, and he has a really cute design too.
Yeah, definitely. But I like how he's just Circus Freddy, but tiny, and
Yeah.
no Bonnie puppet. Odd.
Still kind of wild that Bonnie wasn't in that game. He's not really in this game either. Like, yeah, you got Springtrap back or Scrap Chat, but you don't. But he doesn't really look like Bonnie. He kind of just looks like a mess, which I guess is kind of the point. But still,
Yeah, I mean, technically it exists if you think about Circus, whatever. But that's an Ultimate Custom Night. But he shows up in that though, like as something you can put into your restaurant, but not as like a. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I mean, the thing is like what about with like Froggy and stuff like that? Like all those robots, are those implied to have been made like in between intermediate between FNaF 1 and Ultimate and FNaF 3, or is that what is that? You know what I'm saying? Like Froggy and the bear,
I
Fred
actually
Bear. Oh, not Fred. Is it Fred Bear? You know what I'm talking
it's
about,
kind
right?
of.
That
I I actually have my own little theory about that. I think they were made during like the time of like either before or around FNAF 4. 'Cause, like,
Mhm.
FNAF is obviously based off of Chuck E. Cheese and Showbiz Pizza, all those old animatronic places that, while cool, would irk you the wrong way if the robots were a little weird one day. Um,
Yeah,
and, back when Chuck E. Cheese was around, there was another company, right, who had, like, moving animatronics who weren't, like, physically the best, right? They
yeah.
weren't super, like, advanced, but they had personality and were really cool.
Mhm.
And then there's the original Chuck E. Cheese, which they literally put the robots in painting portraits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think it might be the other way around. I'm getting confused. But one of them was made out of money and malice, and the other was made out of passion and pure create there. I cannot talk creativity. So I kind of think like when Afton met Henry, I think maybe Henry already had a place. Because in the FNAF 3 minigame where like the crying child, the one that gets bitten by Golden Freddy, moves on, gets his birthday cake,
Mhm.
those the Happy Frog robot, those ones, they're all in that minigame. There's a bunch of kids with the masks of those specific robots on.
That's weird. That's whack. Yeah.
So
And
I
then
think
there's
I
the
think they
pig
might have
one.
been made before. The pig one, oh my god.
Oh my
I
gosh.
I
Yeah, oh,
I have
Mr. Hippo.
Mr.
We'll
Hippo's
talk about Mr. Hippo later.
I
Oh,
actually have a
Brian.
figure of the pig one that glows in the dark. I got it 'cause for Christmas or something. It was really sweet of my family, and but I kind of hate his design. He's ugly.
He is kind of ugly.
He actually is from FNaF World technically, which is kind of neat. He always brings his
Yeah.
old characters back, even if they're from failed projects.
Yeah, that's cute. That's nice. That
Yeah.
means he cares about his projects. He cares about all of his children. All the 6 children he had. I told you about that on Twitter. Still can't believe that. Maybe he made this for that child. I don't know. FNAF 6. I don't know. That's whack.
One game for each child.
Oh, yeah. He's not. Hopefully, he's not having 11 children, but
Oh,
yeah,
he's gonna have three more when the movie comes out if it gets a trilogy.
he would. He wouldn't do that.
I mean,
Yeah, but FNaF 6, I'd say I like all the stuff with like Henry. This one also had good voice acting. I like the monologue that's always memed. I don't know why my voice cracked there, but that's always memed,
yeah,
The Elizabeth. you know, the so don't keep the devil waiting, old friend.
that shit goes so hard. Like, it's a funny line,
Does.
like, for memes, but other than that, it goes hard.
It's a good one. It's definitely one of the best writing and performances, and I like the how you gotta like get the animatronics, and all that. That's cool. I just
Same.
yeah, overall it's a good game. Uh you have anything else to say about FNAF 6, your favorite FNAF game?
No.
Okay, good.
No, I do
Because
not.
I think this is gonna become our longest episode. So we're gonna go to Ultimate Custom Night.
Peak gaming.
Definitely. Ultimate Custom Night is definitely amazing when it comes to the game play and all that.
It is, that's always been like something he was always criticized for. Like, oh, all these games are just the same with a new coat of paint and like one gameplay change. That was always one thing people like criticized him for. Which
Uh-huh.
if you played the games, it's partially true, but also not. Because aesthetic can change gameplay a lot, right? Playing
Oh,
FNAF 2
definitely.
and playing FNAF 1 feels very different. But
Mhm.
FNAF it's just FNAF Custom Night, Ultimate Custom Night is like everything works together perfectly to be a massive mess, but the fact it's actually playable even on its hardest difficulty is insane. It shouldn't be, but it is. It's kind of like it's Scott Coffin wasn't originally a game developer. He was an animator, and even then he didn't do it much. He was working at Dollar General most of the time. And
Mhm.
his supervisor was like 2 times younger than him and stuff. So he's never really been a game designer. Yet he's came so far that he's made one of the most complex games, and in Click Team of all things too. I
Yeah.
have 10 hours in this shit because it's the most replayable one because you can do whatever you want in it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You can make
It's
up your own challenges.
oh yeah, you can you can change it's basically Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but for FNAF.
Liter- Literally.
And it's funny because it even has like context. Oh, this is you know, uh William Afton in hell. Or purgatory. I don't know which one. I think it's hell.
It's kind of both. Like he is suffering through hell, but the books kind of imply that he's kind of in the hospital, just crippled right now. But the books also imply that no, he's not. He's dead. It's confusing.
They
But
can't
yeah,
just kill him off.
yeah, he's definitely in some form of hell though, to say the least.
Yeah, what would you say is the farthest you've gotten? Like, what do you think is the highest score you've gotten? Because there's no way. I don't want to be mean. There's no way you got like 50 whatever
Oh yeah,
characters you have on
I
there.
have
50,
not.
20, I think.
My max score in 50/20 mode is 20 seconds, dog. That is the longest I've lasted.
Dude,
I am never gonna be able to beat that shit. All right,
no
on
one.
my wall right now, you can't obviously you can't see it, but I just have like a piece of paper stapled to it with the controls because I just can't memorize them because there's so many. It's different from the regular games.
That's funny. Yeah, Ultimate Custom Night it was fun, but I will have to say I haven't played it, but it looks fun to watch.
Oh,
I'm
it definitely
definitely
is.
I definitely like watching it more than playing it, but I like how all of them have like lines at the end when you die. That's cool. I like you know, what's it called? All the like cutscenes, like the Golden Freddy, shaking, or the old man consequences. He's really cool. He's like,
Yeah.
dude, he's not dying. He's not dying, my friend.
Fun fact about that. So all the FNAF games code wise are interlocked. So when you meet Old Man Consequences and like in Ultimate Custom Night, if you download FNAF World, you'll have the Old Man Consequences trophy / ending achievement in FNAF World because
That's
that's
cool.
from they're all
That's
interlocked. It's
that's
really
nice. You thought of this.
yeah, it's just one of those things that hit my mind. It's like, oh, that's neat.
Yeah, definitely. I like that about the games. They're very thought out in that sense. I mean, maybe not thought out. I feel like by Sister Location, he knew what he was doing, like how he was gonna take the story. So that's cool.
Yeah, he was definitely thinking it through more.
Yeah, definitely. And like how he wrote the books and stuff. Yeah. hmm I'd have to say it's definitely I like it. I like Help Wanted. I like Mr. Hippo's long monologues, and I like just all the character like stuff.
Mr.
Anything else you'd
Hippo,
like to say?
greatest Mr. Hippo's the greatest philosopher of our time.
Oh, he is. Anything else you'd like to say?
Nah,
All
good
right.
game.
It is definitely a banger. All right. Help Wanted.
I
Uh
love Help
I
Wanted.
think it's yeah, like Help Wanted like VR and stuff. It's it's good. That's a good
It's
game.
I go as far as
I
say
mean,
it's a
it's basically
masterpiece.
just saying well, yeah, because it's basically just the VR, right?
Yeah,
Basically
it,
just you playing the games and then because the thing is, even if he rehashes stuff, like how people
there's
think that maybe he does like Ultimate Custom Night as a rehash, he adds another layer to it, and this
yeah,
layer is basically, "Oh, this is a cover up,"
yeah.
by the
There's
way.
it's a cover up. You think it's just gonna be like a remake of the original 3 games, and then no, it's a shit ton of other content,
He did
and
that
it's
with
different.
FNaF World too. Like, you
Yeah,
thought it was just gonna be a fun game, but guess what? He added a little bit of lore, like, "Hey, what's gonna happen for Sister Location? Who knows?" So that was cool. I like that. Help Wanted. What do I say about you? It's I don't have too much to say besides it's kind of funny to see like the animatronics move. Not
yeah,
funny. It's terrifying in some ways because you're wearing the
yeah.
headset. And you're like, oh my, it's coming for me, bro.
I played that shit in an arcade a lot, right? I go there this comic book shop, go there, give them 20 bucks, play it for about an hour or two, just have a fun old time. That shit scares the shit out of me. Like at one point, someone thought was like had sneezed. So some dude who was just playing Warhammer came up to me and said, "You good dog? You need a tissue?" And I was like, "Nah, I just got scared." He's like, "Okay," but that the one where you're in the vent, that one scares the shit out of me. All right, I'm not like super claustrophobic or anything like that, but dark vents, that shit scares with something crawling around. That scares the fuck out of me, dude. It is
Definitely, it's terrifying.
it's a really good game. Like I love it to death.
Oh, do you said in FNAF 3 when Springtrap does that, or what would you say about the vents?
In FNAF 3, it didn't really scare me that much. It was definitely freaky, but it's up to like 10 when in VR because you're like, holy shit, I can see that. Which you can. If you hack the game or have a really long ass neck and can stick your head through the model, you can just see him in the vents. It
It's
is,
terrifying regardless, because like you can see them crawl through the vents in other ones too. Like FNAF 2, I think you can in that one you can see
yeah,
them crawling through the vents.
you can see them crawling for the you can definitely see them crawling, but like in the VR one because it's made in not in Click Team, which Click Team uses still images, it's made in UE4, which uses rigged models and shit. You can just actually see him full on moving. You will see him coming for you, and there's nothing you can do.
That's terrifying. What would you say? So would you say that Help Wanted was the first game that was made off of a different engine?
Oh yeah, it is the only one. It was the first game to be made in a separate engine. All of them are made in Click Team except for that one,
Well,
which
I'm
makes
guessing
sense.
FNAF AR is not.
Oh yeah, FNAF AR is made in like a custom engine or Unity, I think. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
remember.
it might be that. Yeah, it might be Unity, and then I remember like some like it's like Steel Wool or something that owns them. Is Steel Wool
Um,
also owns FNAF AR, I think. Or no,
uh,
no, no, wait, Help Wanted, I mean.
Steelwool owns FNAF VR, owns Help Wanted and Security Breach, and this company called Illumix, who makes like Disney games and shit, owns AR and hasn't updated it in a year.
I mean, do you blame them?
No, I don't. That game's ass.
Yeah. So yeah, help wanted though. I think it's interesting. Lore when it comes to it. Like, oh, they're saying this, but nope, it's Cap. A lot of the that's a big theme. I know a lot of people say like the other themes, but one big theme is scandals and being devious. Like they're like, oh, it's we're making a pizza place. It's actually a death trap. Oh, you're just coming here to, you know, do your job. No, you're coming here to get I'm not saying that. But no, I can't. But you're getting stuffed with the innards of your sister and other robots that were inhabited by other kids. Oh my.
Oh,
I
it
couldn't say that anymore. Like
it sounds so
PC.
insane just out of context. Out
It
of context,
does.
it's insane.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I had to be more specific and less because I was gonna say something much worse. Because I was like, oh wait. Nope. Can't say that.
FNaF, the Fazbear Entertainment and the FNaF lore has got to be like the worst company on earth because everything goes wrong.
Everything goes wrong and like they literally like lie to you. Like they say, "Oh, just play our VR game." Oh, wait. Or, my the spring trap's going to crawl into your head and try to kill you. Like that's crazy if you think about it. And it's also weird because people think that the CEO of the new company for like Help Wanted, FNAF AR, Security Breach, like after that or around that point is the wife of William Afton, which I think is interesting. It's
I did
based
too.
off that.
I think it's them too because like they're kind of the only person that makes sense.
Mhm.
Because like Henry, right? Henry left the company. He went missing. He went missing after his daughter died. Afton is a full-on criminal
And he also died.
charged of child. Yeah, he is cannot. Everyone thinks he's dead. No one
No,
knows he's alive.
I'm talking about like after 2023 or whatever
Oh
when
yeah, he's definitely dead past then. But during like Fazbear Fright and FNAF 3, people think he's dead. So like the only person who could even like own Fazbear had to be the wife. Because
yeah.
rights don't just transfer, like you don't just wake up and all of a sudden, oh,
Well, nothing really
I
happened
own
for
this now.
20 years besides FNAF frights from what we know. If you think about it, that's something interesting. What happened between FNAF 1 and FNAF 3 if you think about it? Cuz all it was that one thing that they've ever talked about. The uh what's it called? The FNAF Frights or whatever the place is called. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's
Yeah,
what it is, right? Like the horror, like it's basically you just come there, you have a scare, then you leave. It's basically like a haunted house. You know, it's like
yeah.
something you'd go to for Magic Mountain or Universal. Something like that. I feel like that could have been someone else besides the. I feel like this she became the CEO after FNAF 6, but it could be possible that she was CEO for like more than that. But I feel like she did it after Henry died as well. But she
I
could have
just
done it before then.
I saw something. So like if the populace right thinks William Afton's dead, Henry's dead, they don't know about Michael. Michael was probably just owned by William after
He's
he killed
also
his little brother. Maybe
yeah.
the copyright just ran out. Maybe the shit just
Well,
disappeared and it's in the public domain.
Henry died the same day as Michael because Michael was in the burning building, but you could be right. He could have done stuff, but I really don't think he set up the horror night. He just went there because he
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, that's the thing too. What was he doing between that time as well? Was he
I
going
think
to other like FNAF locations, or was that the only ones he went to?"
I think he probably just like faked his death because like if you kind of like let a serial killer go loose after killing your own daughter, I'd fake my death too. Not only is that hella embarrassing, but all those murders are my fault. I wouldn't want to be
Exactly.
around.
The
I
thing
do
too,
not need the employee at Walmart knowing that I'm a part of that. I do
if you
not need them to know that shit.
yeah, if you think about it though, it makes sense why like the FNAF places existed for so long, because didn't they expand pretty well or no? I thought they did, but I could be wrong.
Yeah,
Like,
they expanded.
yeah, if they expanded, then yeah, I don't know. It's just whack. The whole I think the books talk a little bit about like FNAF, between FNAF 1 and FNAF 3. Like it was more or less like, merchandise,
Yeah,
but it
they
wasn't.
explore the more corporate part of it a lot more.
Yeah, but that might have also been post FNAF 6, but I don't know. I'm just whack. The thing is too, it's just not a lot to say about Help Wanted, you know? It's basically just, I do like the animations of William though. That's funny. Like all the weird things where he's like walking around or waving at you.
Yeah,
I wish he had the balls to take off the mask. That would have been
that
funny.
it would have.
It would have been terrifying though if you think about it, but I don't
When the
know.
mask comes off, it's always gonna be scary.
It is. Anything else you'd like to say about what was it? Help Wanted, the VR FNAF game?
Actual peak gaming, and I think Steelwool did a really good job not only porting it, managing it, like making it in general, but also recreating Scott's models from scratch because they couldn't use the original models because the models were just too detailed and it ran the game down to like 1 frame per second. So like they're just like, we can't use these. I'm sorry, dog. And they're like, okay, here's a reference sheet. Make them from scratch. And I thought
That's
they did
fine.
really good adaptations of the models.
Yeah, that's
But yeah,
fine.
that's all I have to really say.
Yeah, with that I'd say yeah, it's banger. But I'd have
Definitely.
to say, it's definitely a reason to make their own VR, because a lot of people were making VR, they weren't making VR, but at the same time they made a good reason, like they made it a cover up. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, now FNAF AR. Uh Special delivery. It was definitely a special delivery because, like, what was this? Like Pokemon Go?
Yeah,
Oh
it
my
is
gosh.
that once you catch a Freddy Fazbear in your front yard.
I might re-download it tonight. Let me try it out. I don't know. Might be
Uh,
fun. It'll be
it
boring, but
it it has some goofy ass skins. There's a Liberty Chica, which is just Chica dressed up as the Statue of Liberty. You got 4th of July Freddy, which is just Freddy Fazbear with like a rocket and a stash that's just the American flag. You got Clown Springtrap. The only care like it is it's just it has so many just random models. There's Ice Freddy, Chocolate Bonnie. It really is just Pokemon. It's just reskins of each other. It's kind of I like the designs of some of them, and I like how goofy and out of place they are. But man, it is a game, all right.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely.
I like the original models. Like I said, I like how goofy they are. But
Yeah.
like the original like Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, I do not like how they look in the game. They look like plastic.
Yeah, it's not really the best game. I'm very happy that we're talking about this one because it's like literally the easiest game to talk about. It just exists.
It is
It's
bad. It literally does just exist. It hasn't gotten updated in a year.
the Lord, though, I'll have to say, it does explain a little bit because there's two things. Number one, it's the emails. They explain more about what's going to happen in security breach. There's a little bit about the remnant, stuff like that. And
Yeah.
then, so it's one of the only games that ever really talks about it, besides, I guess, a little bit of Help Wanted. And then with the what was it?
FNAF 6
Um,
kind of talks about Remnant. It's
yeah, a
in one
little
of the
bit.
secret inmates, but it's like a little. So you have to read.
The
I am not.
CEO, the CEO, yeah. It talks a lot about like, I mean, a lot of people are saying about like the CEO, like she's trying to make a lot of money and a lot of remnant or whatever so that she can get William and Michael born again or something. Actually, no,
Yeah,
no, not Michael, because Michael's actually like dead for real, but she can get William back. But then Michael is now a robot, a tiny robot that's now named Gregory in Security Breach, and then we have the other one. I forgot what the blonde girl,
I
blonde security guard is
think
in Security Breach. What's up?
her name's Vanessa, I think.
Vanessa will, yeah, Vanessa will talk about. She talks. She's a little interesting and help wanted. I'd say the voice acting is actually kind of bad in Security Breach, and
I,
oh, wait, not Security Breach, in FNaF AR. It does
oh
suck
yeah,
in
it
Security Breach,
is.
but I'll talk a little bit about that later. But in FNaF AR, I'd say it's not as good as the other ones. It's
Yeah,
not
it is not as good as the other ones in the voice acting part. It feels like really like
painful.
cartoonish.
Yeah, I guess it works for this game, but not for the other stuff. I'll say for FNaF AR, yeah, and then for yeah, Help Wanted. I actually thought the tapes sucked. Like, I mean, I liked the content of the tapes, but they weren't recorded the best. But at the same time, they it wasn't it was passable. But for Security Breach, it's not. I'll even get more into that. Do you have anything else to say about FNaF AR?
No, other than just like it is so bad.
It is
It
so
is crazy
bad,
bad.
and there's
And
only so little context for it.
I'm mad that Funko, the people who make the FNAF action figures, have made all action figures of the skins of Toy Freddy, Toy Chica, Toy Bonnie, but they're all like VR, but they haven't made actual Toy Bonnie or Toy Chica figures. That shit makes me mad. It annoys me.
That's dumb.
They
All
went from
right.
FNAF 1, FNAF 4, then FNAF sister location, then FNAF 6, I think, and then they quit.
Yeah, they did. Security Breach. Um,
Mid.
mid. Let me think. It
I got.
it's definitely bad.
It is horrible.
In some ways it's also more bad than FNAF AR, but at the same time, it's also sometimes better than FNAF AR. Uh,
Ish.
I'll have to say it's
It is definitely a better
probably
game, like
yeah,
entertainment wise.
yeah. Rockstar. Oh wait, what's his name? Rockstar Freddy, or what's the new Freddy name in that one?
I
It's
believe it's
something
Glam Rock Freddy.
Glamrock. Yeah, Glamrock Freddy. He was great, and Gregory was great. Everyone else, actually, a lot of the other actors were good, but I really hated, and I'm gonna talk about this, the recordings between Vanessa and the therapists.
Yeah,
That
those are bad.
is so bad. They could have made it. They just didn't make it sound like natural. It didn't sound natural. You know, it didn't sound like it actually happened. But I love the like how you can go other places. That's probably the only cool thing about this game. You can move around. It's awesome. And I think that's why it also sucks. It's going so far away from FNAF 1. Like, he's made 11, there's been 11 games since then, maybe even more. If maybe we didn't think of one, I don't know. But Security Breach from FNAF 1, totally different. It's like it lost all
It
of
is.
its, you know?
It is like looking at two completely different colors side by side. It is weird.
Yeah. But I
The-
can't with Gregory, you need to vent.
Yeah, that was funny. That shit had me actually laughing for a long ass time. Some
Yeah.
funny memes came out of that game, but the game itself, it like it's made in UE4, which is what I use to make games, and that's why I make some of its many glitches and flaws piss me off so much. Because like I have it on my laptop. My friend bought it for me for Christmas. I was like, I definitely can't run this shit too well, but I was thinking, hey, I'm gonna have a PC sooner or later, so I might as well just go ahead and try it on my laptop, get it in advance. I played it right. Every time you get into a new area, the game reloads the map. It also reloads when you get inside Glamrock Freddy. That's not how you do that shit in UE4. There are so many other more effective ways of doing that would make the game run smoother, make it run better, not be a total hunk of shit gameplay wise. It would also make it less complex and messy. But they instead did it in every worst way imaginable. It's like they wanted the game to run like shit, and I don't get why. Just basic like knowledge of UE4 could do this way better than the way they were doing it, yet they chose to do it the hard way. And the
Yeah.
hard way made the game horrid.
It just sucked, like I mean, a lot of people just wanted to, um, you know, like write fan fiction about Vanessa. It's just that was the only thing, and like the bunny suit she wore. Like people were just like drooling over that, but that's it. To be
That's
honest.
literally it.
And I guess they were talking about the weird comic. I feel like they just lost the budget when they went to the comic book part or
Yeah,
whatever. You know what I'm talking about? That was whack.
here's
They
kind of like a
really got
theory.
into that. What's up?
It's not
What's
a
a
theory,
theory?
actually, it's confirmed. So,
Oh,
like,
it's
MatPat when was making theories in advance about security breach because it kept on getting delayed. MatPat needs his paycheck, right? He needs his money, so he had to make a FNaF theory. Um, like a couple like years later, he talked about how he got a DM from a very specific game student on a series they talk about a lot on the channel, which the only series he consistently talks about is FNaF. So, uh-oh. And he basically said that they had gotten his theory correct. And around the time he got this email, security breach had gotten delayed. So not only were they still working on the game, but they went and changed like parts of the story and probably cut out very important shit, like more of Vanessa's stuff where she could have been more of a character. Probably because Scott was like, "Oh damn, they got it right. We kind of need. I'm getting predictable." Which if that is what happened and he forced them to hurry shit up and change things, that's kind of messed up, I'd say, especially because they're like an indie studio. They really can't be losing that money. They have like 3 games under their belt. They have a VR space simulator where you can play as the Mars rover on Mars or watch it. It's actually pretty neat. Um, or in FNAF VR. That's literally like all they have under their belt.
Yeah, yeah. I would say that would also be like a good you know uh I don't know what I was gonna say. I just got distracted. But the with the security breach, I would say it was a interesting uh game. No, sorry, I got totally, I don't know what happened, but with security breach, I'd say it was when it came to the uh uh okay, you can just talk. I think I lost myself, to be honest with you.
Mm, It is.
Sometimes I just try to talk.
It did introduce some really cool shit. Like I think having an open pizzeria is pretty neat. I think having I think uh I think it's really neat. Like some of the things, I think it's kind of neat giving the robots personalities, right? Because the sister location animatronics, they existed in 1983 or some shit. Which, when you look at those things compared to the animatronics from FNAF 1, it's clear that technology in that world was whack. So I think having them have like full on personalities is neat. I
Yeah.
also thought it was neat that like in the books, it's like kind of like implied that Gregory was helping Vanessa kill kids. So he really is probably just some homeless kid who's living in the pizzeria in exchange for killing children. Bro
Yeah.
really just wants to live at Freddy Fazbear's that much that he just helps Vanessa kill kids. And I think that's
Mhm.
kind of like it's messed up, right? And it's like a serious story detail or whatever, but something about it just kind of makes me giggle because it's like, damn, bro, you really living in like a closet for some dead kids
Oh my gosh, yeah.
cannot be worth it.
Yep. They should have. Oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna say. They should have just kept with the ending,
Definitely. It
mainly just to the fact that I don't know. I'm not too mad at Scott for it because it could have also just been a like maybe it was not even Scott's idea because like by that point, like of course he was like creative consultant, but at the same time it could have also been like a company thing too. Like, oh, we got to change it now, but
I
maybe it
think
was Scott.
it probably was, and I was it kind of like I get when to continue the series. That's good. You can do that, right? You don't have to like end a series off at at one ending because stories have multiple endings. There's a reason why Samurai Jack has two, not only because it was canceled, but because it was a good thing it got canceled because later on we got a grittier, darker season, which was really good and related to the older fan base a lot of the trouble they went through. So, not ending a series off immediately can be really good. And but the way he went about it was really bad. I think he should have not brought Springtrap back and made like Vanessa a copycat killer.
Definitely.
That
I just think overall, gameplay wise, it was just cool to like move around. I liked the mall. That's about it.
yeah, I like the colors. That
Yeah,
that I
definitely.
always agree with. I like
Mhm.
the something about neon colors just get me, man.
I will
They're not
say
totally neon, but if they made a game FNAF game that was like totally like 100% neon, that was shit would be rad.
anything after Ultimate Custom Night, I feel like I don't feel any of Scott in the game. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I don't feel any grit. Scott brought the grit. I don't know. That's just what I feel. Now it feels too polished and too soft.
yeah, that's a good
Um,
way of putting
even
it.
the books. I don't know. Something about the books. Like
The
I don't
way
know.
they're pumped out.
Yeah, the pumped out. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the original 3 books. I didn't read them, but from what I know, because I remember reading the first one, the twisted ones, the other ones, they're they're just better than the ones they're releasing like Goosebumps books. So, all right.
I
Anything
find
else
the lore
about
super cringe.
Oh yeah, the
Find
super
the
cringe.
Yeah,
Anything
but
else about Security Breach?
nah,
All right.
it's best
Okay.
state games.
Now we can just rank it real quick. What would you rank it? I'm gonna name them all like in order, and then you just rank them. All right.
All
FNAF,
right,
FNAF 2, FNAF 3, FNAF 4, FNAF World Sister Location, Pizza Simulator, Ultimate Custom Night, Help Wanted, FNAF AR, Security Breach. How would you list those?
I would list FNAF 1 and FNAF 2 in S tier. All right,
Dang.
or
What about the other
uh,
ones?
FNAF 3 A tier, really good ending. Really kind of some mid aspects, but really good. FNAF 6, I'm putting it high B tier because like that ending is just amazing. Then there's FNAF 4. I'm putting C tier. Put
What
in
about FNAF World?
FNAF World. I'm biased. I'm giving it A tier. Good game.
Dang,
And
Sister
then FNAF
Location?
Collection. I'm giving it like A tier, B tier, maybe. I see B tier. Yeah, it's not my
Ultimate
favorite.
Custom Night?
S tier, and then
Help Wanted.
AR is Help Wanted. Oh yeah, S tier. Peak game.
AR.
Then AR. That shit's not getting a rank. I'm not counting it. It sucks. That shit's not a game. That
Oh my
has to be like a Lumex makes games for Disney, so they're like rich. So that get you know in Breaking Bad when Walt buys the fucking washing place, the car wash. I think
yeah.
that's what FNAF AR is. I think it's a money laundering scheme. I'm not even gonna lie.
I mean, if you think about it, it's also a cover up too. Like, I mean, FNAF AR and Help Wanted are both cover ups. They're both
Oh god.
in games. If you think about
In-game cover up plus real life cover up. It's the perfect scheme. Gotta be money laundering.
oh
FNAF
my
Security Breach, F tier. The most like objectively bad FNAF game. And like I can't like agree that it's I have to I get it, opinions are opinions, but in my opinion, it's objectively bad. That
yeah.
is an oxymoron. But yeah.
Yeah. Um okay. That's good. All right, let me list mine. So FNAF definitely I would say yeah, I'd say S tier FNAF 1. FNAF 2, I'd say A tier. FNAF 3, I'd say B tier. I'm not gonna do that for the entire run. FNAF 4, um I'd say B tier. I like that one. FNAF World, I'm gonna put it in question mark tier. Sister Location, I'm gonna put S tier. FNAF 6, I'd say A tier. Ultimate Custom Night, I'd say A tier. Help Wanted, yeah, like I'm sorry. I know you like Help Wanted a lot, but I'm thinking it's like C tier though, because it's like I like it, but I'm like, eh. FNAF AR, I'd say, oh, definitely like D tier. I know you didn't even put it on there, but I'm gonna put it on D. Security Breach is D, but it's a
Good.
better than Security. FNAF AR better than FNAF AR. Okay. Anything else you'd like to say?
Nah.
Okay. Let's
I
go
agree
into
with most of your takes. They're pretty they're all reasonable.
all right. Let's go into the outro. So, um, thanks for listening. This one's a little bit interesting. Do you want to like plug anything, Liquid?
I have a YouTube channel where I talk about movies, video games, just whatever I really feel like. And I also have an art account on Twitter called Killer Liquid Art. I post
Ooh,
art there.
nice.
Um,
Anything else?
Other than that, nah, I don't got really anything to promote.
All right, yeah, just send them to me and I'll link them. But
All
yeah,
right.
let me know how you feel about Liquid in the comments below. Let me know if you'd like to hear from them again. I sure do. Thanks for listening to this podcast. It's definitely longer than the other ones. I thought it would be fun. It was, but at the same time, I feel like I got like sidetracked multiple times, and it's definitely longer than maybe I should have been. But I don't know. It says 2 hours long. It's not going to be 2 hours long. I think it's capping, but it's definitely going to be long. So hope you guys had a good time listening, and I'll see you guys next week where I'll talk with someone else about something else. All right. See you guys. Bye.